Good morning! Today is the second day of the reading rush. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I know for some people that is a hard thing to face. For me as well, but way more of like get up early and do something versus stay up really late. So loads of people on reading rush things are like, oh yeah, I'll start at midnight. It's officially the next day, and then I'll go to like 3 a.m. and then I'll go to bed. No way. Today's like reading rush prompt thing that I'm going to tackle is to read one whole book in a single place. So because I have to go to work today, because it's Tuesday, I'm not going to be able to read it all in one sitting, but the place I'm cool with, I'm going to be reading it on this bench. And the book I'm going to read is Go Ask Alice by Anonymous. I'm not sure why it's anonymous, really. I also don't really know what this book is about. Like, I know that it's a diary type thing about someone who's about 14, 15, 16 years old. I know it's full to crap with teen angst, which is totally my thing. It was given to my friend Tori when I was in middle school by her mother as a homework assignment because she felt she was going down the wrong path. So that in itself has made me definitely want to read it. And I've wanted to read it since then, so ages. Now, this is where the question comes in for me about what counts as reading something in the same place. So if I was to say read the whole of the book on the bench, that would count, right? It wouldn't actually matter where the bench was placed. Like, do you see what I'm getting at here? Like, I read quite a lot of the book here on the bench in the corner with the sunshine and the bookshelf and everything, and then take the bench outside because it's going to be a lovely day, and then sit there, and then bring it in, and then maybe sit more over here where I can chill with my kid later, and she can watch some cartoons, and like I will be on the bench and she will be on the sofa, and we will watch the cartoons. Like, there's not really anyone I can ask about this, so I'm just gonna have to make an executive decision and go with that's fine. So oh my god, this is already exactly like I was when I was like 14. This could be my own diary. It's written almost exactly as I would have literally said everything. Like yesterday I remember thinking I was the happiest person in the whole earth and the whole galaxy and all of God's creation, blah blah blah. I was thinking that the grass had never smelled grassier, the sky had never seemed so high. Now it's all smashed down upon my head, and I wish I could just melt into the blawness of the universe and cease to exist. Oh, why can't I? Yeah, I'm gonna fully relate to this book. Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and get ready to go to work, and I'm gonna get my kid ready and everything. But there's just something I'm gonna read from like ages ago when I was in it, where it says, even now I'm not really sure which parts of myself are real and which parts are things I've gotten from books. Pretty sure I wrote that exact same thing in my journal when I was about this age. So I'm actually finding this super creepy. Like, I have like a sneaking suspicion she kills herself at the end, and when it matches my life so completely, that gives me the creepies. I'm really hoping she doesn't kill herself in the end, because that might just be a bit Right, we're awake, watching cartoons and reading. This counts, right? Sitting on the bench?
Sitting on the sofa.
I'm not sitting on the sofa, Anwen. I'm sitting on the bench. Okay, I have to go to work now. I've done pretty good. I'm on page 42 of this book. Out of 160 pages, so I'm doing pretty good. I have the rest of the day to finish it, and I think I'm on track to finish it for the end. What do you think? Yeah? Thoughts? Tired. Same. Okay, I'm on my way to work. In the book, I've just cracked like the code a bit. I didn't know anything about it really. I just sort of had a sort of suspicion that everything goes downhill really fast. And I've just basically cracked it. So her parents keep calling all of her friends and stuff hippies. So obviously it's like from the 70s, which makes sense. Because my friend Tori's mother told her to read it in the 90s. So when she was a kid in the 70s, it would have been big, blah, blah, blah. And also the biggest thing at that time would have been the drugs. So this girl, she's just like a normal teenage girl. She has like all the same hang-ups as every teenage girl on the planet. I am carrying my bike up these stairs. Like there's like a thing over on the side where you put your bike on it and go up on it. But it's covered in broken glass all the time. Like, I don't know what people do on this bridge, but it's something to do with some sort of glass bottle breaking cult is what I think. Because literally every day there's another broken bottle for absolutely no reason. Like, you'd think if it was just about drinking beer up here, the bottles would remain unbroken. Like, what is that? There's 2 of them. Don't understand. Now I've got to carry my bike across this whole thing because it'll get a flat tire otherwise. Oh. So she like thinks she's fat and she goes on a diet and she thinks that her friends aren't real with her and she can't be real with her friends. Her like relationship with her mother is strange and weird. She's sort of like, her mother's like, oh, you're not eating, you're getting too skinny. So she starts thinking about, oh, maybe I'll like puke all this food up, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, now I can see it. It's gonna be like a weird like time travel situation where it's gonna be like I'm a child of the 70s, being forced to read like a lesson from like someone's parents who was like against hippies and drugs, because like who accidentally takes drugs? And like the beginning part of it was quite a lot like, oh yeah, she must really have been like, you know, 14, 15-year-old girl or whatever. But now it's starting to read like the person's actually like 50 and a therapist and like a 1970s anti-drugs campaigner. And they're just pretending like they're a 15-year-old girl. Like, the scenarios don't really make any sense. But I'm actually still weirdly enjoying it. It's like, despite not being like the good story that I wanted it to be, yeah, it's like a weird time warp. I think that is probably hilarious that Tori had to read this when she was a kid. So, the good thing about today's prompt being to read a book all in one place is that I didn't even bring the book with me, knowing that I can't bring the bench with me. So that means that in work I have to actually do all the things that I avoided doing yesterday, like actual work, and also this job application that I have to do for when my contract ends at the end of the year. So I think it's just going to be a full day of actual working. Are you happy for me? You're happy for me, I can tell. Oh my god, I cannot cope with the gorgeousness of this day! It's so sunny. I think I'm gonna go home for lunch. Read my book on my bench in the sunshine. Also, there's free food there, so that's super cool. That's what I'm gonna do. Boom. Righto, read-a-rinos. I'm back on my bench for my lunch break, and I'm going to crack the crap out of this book. It's on. Right, I have to go back to work. I'm really depressed about it. But I'm on page 84 now of this book, so I'm about halfway through. Kicking its ass, and I think I can definitely finish it tonight after dinner, to end off the day with another book. So it started off sort of like being a bit comical, like how it seems to be written by like a 40-year-old like drug counselor in the 70s, to try to get like teenagers not to do drugs and stuff. So it's like the parents are like talking to the kids and they're like getting angry at them for like having like hippie lingo and saying man, you know, and like all the words they use to like talk about drugs are like seem forced, like they're trying to use kiddo lingo when they wouldn't normally use it and stuff. Or like yeah, like it says how they want to quit their jobs because they want to do more of what they want to do and they don't want to work, but they need more money for drugs, so they start selling drugs. They didn't want to sell drugs to kids, but it just happened that way because they don't want to do any work, and that's like what a middle-aged woman would think about hippies in the 70s is what I feel. But it's like quickly going downhill. Like it's no longer comical. It is crazy and super intense. Like the doctor, first of all, just like throws all the drugs at this girl, and which is clearly like the beginnings of the opioid crisis. Holy crap, it's hot outside. It's just getting worse. It's just like as the day's gone on, it's just gotten sweatier and sweatier. I had to put my bangs up. They were just not doing me any kind of favors. Like my poor dog. She's like, no! Why is this happening to me? I'm so hot. Why don't we have air conditioning? My parents are so mean to me. This counts, right? I'm definitely sitting on the bench. I finished it! I'm so excited! That's the second book down! I am straight killing this reading rush. I'm not even kidding. So this book was not good, in my personal opinion. I know that absolutely loads of people love this book, and for me it was sort of silly at the beginning. I was like envisioning being like a 1970s kid and like my parents like trying to give me like a drugs talk and like try to get on my level and like say my lingo and stuff and just like mess it all up. But it quickly went dark. Like so like there's one thing about like, you know, saying man and like your parents thinking that's like what hippies do and getting upset, but like how about being a priestess of Satan, turning gay as a bad thing, and blowing a guy named Big Ass for drugs? Like the fact that this is like the trifecta of the most horrible things that a 1970s dad could ever want for his kid, being a priestess of Satan, turning gay, and then blowing a guy named Big Ass for drugs. It's just like, can't even cope. Also, like, it's grim as hell. Like, there's like a drug overdose with LSD or whatever that's supposed to have turned her crazy. She goes to like a mental asylum because she tried to bite her fingers all the way off. This happened like once before as well, when everyone told me that Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews was going to be the most amazing book. I just went into it thinking, oh, kids in an attic, sounds creepy. I'm not even going to tell you about this book, but I'm going to tell you the exact same thing happened. Like, I don't need this kind of bullshit on a Tuesday. Okay, that knocks out day 2 for me for the reading rush of reading a book all in the same place. That's 2 books down. Next, tomorrow's book is to read a book that I meant to read last year, and I'm going to read Siddhartha. If you liked this book or hated it, let me know in the comments. I really am up for discussion, even though this was a solid 2 stars for me. I'm giving it 2 stars for effort and popularity, and that's it. Or if you want to tell me what your book for staying in one place was, or what your day 2 book was, if you want to leave me a link to your day 2 vlog or your day 2 challenge, I'm always up for making friends through the reading rush. Or if you want to add me on the reading rush thing, I know the website has been working really well, but if you can get it to work and you want to add me, I'm at Soggy Expat Book Nerd, and I'm down. Right, okay. Good night.